Hello friends, my name is BK Kollapre. Today I'll take up problems by using Maculus method, how to find out slope and deflection. We have seen some problems in earlier videos. Today we'll see some more problem, how to find out the slope and deflection of a beam. Suppose this is our beam. If it is simply supported at A, it is simply supported at B. This is an overhanging beam A, B, C. So it is carrying an UDL of intensity 3 kilonewton per meter, and also it is carrying a concentrated load at the free end whose magnitude is 4 kilonewton. So here this distance is 1 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter, and this cantilevering part is also 2 meter. So we have got two supports here, A and B. So RA will do the reaction at A and RB will do the reaction at B. So whenever it is a simply supported beam, first job is to find out the reactions. Now here let us find out the reactions. So for that we know RA plus RB is equal to total load is 3 into 2 downward load and another is 4. So this will be equal to 10 kilonewton. So let us take moment about A and equate it to 0. So or we will take moment about B and equate it to 0. If I take moment about B, so it will be RA into perpendicular distance will be 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5 meters. Then coming to UDL, minus 3 into total UDL is 2. This will act at the center. We want this distance from B. So this is 2 plus half will be 3 anti-clockwise. Now coming to that concentrated load, 4 into perpendicular distance is 2. This is rotating in clockwise direction about B. So if you simplify, you get RA will be equal to 2 kilonewton and RB, if you simplify in this equation, you get the value of RB is equal to 8 kilonewton. So we got RA is 2 kilonewton and RB is 8 kilonewton. So this is the first job, to find out reaction irrespective of any method you are using. Now we are in the Maculus method. Now here in the Maculus method, we consider the section at the last end. Now see, these are the portions here. Suppose we are called this ABC, DE. So how many portions are there? AD, DE, EB and BC. Out of this, the last portion happens to be BC. So let us consider the section XX in the last portion at a distance x from the leftmost distance 1. Now there is an UDL acting. So you should extend this UDL till the end, right end, not only the support, it should go up to the right end. Same intensity, 3 kilonewton. To compensate that, what you added, you add another load in the upward direction. Till the end, it should go up to the end. So this is also the same magnitude but in the opposite direction. So this is downward extra load added, this is upward extra load added, same, so they get compensated each other. So this is the first thing you have to remember, extend UDL up to right end, not support, right end, and add upward UDL to compensate. But the magnitude of load is same whether it is downward or upward, 3 kilonewton per meter. So this is the first job you will have to do whenever you go for Maculus method. So now we will go to Maculus method. We will try to write the slope and deflection equation. So here we have taken the section here, moment at the section XX that will be equal to ei d2y by dx square is equal to, let us take moment here. So here 1 is the UDL, 2 into its perpendicular distance is x, 2 into x upward. Then this is a UDL which is acting. See, that's the benefit, we go up to then. Now this is a UDL acting. How much is this total UDL acting? 3 into this distance. So how much will be this distance? Up to here it is x and this is 1. So x minus 1 is this distance up to the section. And load acting is 3 into x minus 1. Where the total load will be acting? At the center. Means this is x minus 1 and the center will be x minus 1 divided by 2. Now there is an upward load acting from here to here in the upward direction. So that will be plus UDL is 3 into, what will be this distance now? Now this distance will be x minus from here to here. So that will be 1 plus 2 will be 3. So x minus 3. X minus 3. Where the total UDL will be acting? It will be acting at the center. Center of what? This one. So this is nothing but x minus 3. So it will be x minus 3 divided by 2. So that is the benefit of taking the load to the end. Any number of loads acting, Macaulay method can very easily handle it. So we have got this equation. So next job is to go for integration. So if I integrate ei into dy by dx is equal to 2x square by 2 plus add the constant of integration in the first portion only minus, so if I take this x minus 1, okay, let me write one step here. I'll simplify this equation. So 2x minus 3 means this will be 1.5 into x minus 1 whole square plus 3 2 will be 1.5 into x minus 3 whole square. So once you get this equation, okay, one more, okay, right, we have done a mistake here. We have not considered this reaction RB here, because in the section this is another load which is coming. I have taken only this RA and downward load, upward load, but this concentrated load is also coming within the section. So let me add that part, doesn't matter. So this will be 8 into this distance from here to this end, and this distance will be equal from, this distance. This is RB acting upwards, so we need this distance. So this distance will be from here to the section, it is x, and I want to remove this portion, so it will be 2 plus 2 plus 1, so it will be x minus 5. Please take care of this. Plus I'll add here simply 8 into x minus 5. So 3 loads are acting there. So when you simplify this, now integrating ei dy by dx is equal to 2x square by 2 plus c1 minus 1.5. You know integration of this is x minus 1 raised to 3 divided by 3 plus 1.5 into x minus 3 raised to 3 divided by 3 plus 8 into x minus 5 raised to 2 divided by 2. So let us integrate this once again. Ei into y will be equal to 2 gets cancelled, so this will be x cube by 3 plus c1x plus c2, another constant in the first portion only. Then this will be minus 1.5 x minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 4 is at 12 plus 1.5 into x minus 3 raised to 4 divided by 4 is at 12 plus 8 2, this will be 2 4, so it will be 4 into x minus 5 raised to 3 divided by 3. So only thing is I have to find out the constants of integration to find out the slope and deflection. So let us use the boundary condition. If I use the boundary condition, you get when x is 0, y is 0, that is reflection is 0. So if you simplify this, you get when x is 0, y is equal to 0, C2 will be equal to 0. So neglecting the negative values. So 0 minus 1 is negative values, you will have to neglect it. Second condition, when x is equal to this support 3, 2, 4, 5. When x is equal to 5 meters, y is again equal to 0. If you simplify this, you get C1 will be equal to minus 2.333. So if you simplify in this equation, you get C1 is equal to minus 2.333. See, when x equal to 5 meters means this all the terms will be there. This will be 5 minus 5 will be 0. That part will be going. So likewise, substituting the values, you get C1 and C2. Once you get C1 and C2, you can write the slope and deflection equation. Let us write the slope and deflection equation. So slope equation will be EI dy by dx is equal to x square plus C1 is minus 2.333 minus 1.5 into x minus 1 raised to 3 divided by 3 plus 1.5 into x minus 3 divided by 3 by 3. Then this is 4 into x minus 5 raised to 2. Likewise, we have got deflection equation EI into y is equal to x cube by 3 plus C1x minus 2.331 into x. C2 is 0 here, then minus 1.5 into x minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 12 plus 1.5 into x minus 3 raised to 4 divided by 12. Further I will write here 4 into x minus 5 raised to 3 divided by 3. Now these are the things that you are given here. Now the thing you are required to find out in this is, one is a deflection at the free end C. Second is maximum deflection between D and E. That is second case. And third is slope at C, free end. So you are required to find out the deflection at the free end, slope at the free end, and the maximum deflection between D and E. So we will be taking one by one. First you should write the slope equation and the deflection equation. This if I call it as Roman 1, this as Roman 2. Using these two equations, you will try to find out what are the things required in the problem. So in this problem, another data is given to you. EI is equal to 1400 kilonewton meter square. So here EI is combinedly given, not separately. So let us find out the slope and deflection at the free end. So free end, deflection at C. Deflection at free end is C. That is, when x is equal to, what will be the distance of C from A? 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So this will be 7 meters. Y is equal to YC. So substituting here, EIYC is equal to 7 cube divided by 3 minus 2.331333 into 7 minus 1.5 into 7 minus 1 raised to 3 divided by 3 plus 1 point, sorry, this is a deflection equation, raised to 4 divided by 12 plus 1.5 into 7 minus 3 raised to 4 divided by 12 plus 4 into 7 minus 5 raised to 3 divided by 3. So here if you simplify this, the value of YC what you will be getting will be minus 21.331 kilonewton meter square. We know the value of EI, that is also in kilonewton meter square given to you. So let us use this 1400 into YC is equal to minus 21.331. So YC will be equal to minus 15 point 1400 into 10 to the power of 12. So into YC will be equal to minus 21.331 into 10 to the power of I want to convert it in Newton, so this will be 10 raised to 3 into meter square will be 1000 square. So this will be 1000 into 1000 10 raised to 1. So if you simplify this, you get 1400 into 10 to the power of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is equal to 10 to the power of 12. So YC will be equal to, if you simplify this, you get YC is equal to minus 15.24 mm, and this will be acting downwards because it is negative. Now with this, we found out the deflection at C. We will go for maximum deflection between C and D and E. We know deflection is maximum when slope is 0. So using the slope equation up to the portion DE here, to this portion. So here this is our slope equation. So this is A to D and this is D to E. That means we are taking only this much part. That part will not be coming into account because it will be more than 3 meters. So more than 3 meters is not applicable. So let us find out maximum slope between D and E, between D and E, that is when dy by dx is equal to 0, maximum deflection between D and E is possible and slope is equal to 0. So EI into 0 is equal to x square minus 2.333 minus 1.5 into x minus 1 whole raised to 3 divided by 3. The further portion will not come into account. So you get here an equation x raised to 3 cubic equation. So cubic equation you have to solve by trial and error method. By trial and error you get x value where slope is 0 is equal to 1.555 meter. So at this distance, which is between D and E, the slope is 0. That means deflection will be maximum there. Let us substitute this 3 in equation for deflection. So EI y max is equal to x cube is 1.555 raised to 3 divided by 2 minus 2.333 into 1.555 So this minus 1.5 into 1.555 minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 12 plus 1.5 into 1.555 minus 3. So this becomes negative. So this part will go away because 1 point minus 3 is negative. So left that part. So here if you simplify this for maximum, you get the value as minus 2.386 kilonewton meter cube. If you simplify the value, you get Y max is equal to, by substituting the value of EI, you get Y max is equal to minus 1.704 mm. So this negative indicates it is acting downwards. Like this, once you know the slope and deflection equation, you go on substituting the distances where you find out where you want to find out the deflection or the slope. Another asked to use slope at C. Slope at C. That means when x is equal to C, C is the last point, 7 meters, dy by dx is equal to theta C. So let us substitute here the value. EI theta C is equal to x is 7 square minus 2.333 minus 1.5 into 7 minus 1 raised to 3 divided by 3 plus 1.5 into 7 minus 3 raised to 3 divided by 3 plus 4 into 7 minus 5 raised to 2. If you simplify this, you get the value as minus 13.33. So if you simplify for theta C, you get the value of theta C is equal to 0.52 radians. So if you convert this into degrees, you get it is 30.34 degrees. So I have gone for slope at C. You can also find out slope at A, theta A. What is the condition you will be using in the slope equation? When A means x will be equal to 0. If you substitute x is equal to 0, this will go away, this will go away, this will go away, this will go away, because they all become negative. What is left out is only minus 2.33. So EI theta A will be equal to minus 2.33. If you simplify for this, you get the value of theta A. Thing to remember is the UDL should go up to the end, extra load, and compensating load is to be added from that point to the end. So always the UDL should go to the right end, not support only, right end. Now this distance x what you are measuring should be from the leftmost end. If there is a cantilever on this side, then this distance you will have to take, not from the support. You will have to take distance from the leftmost point. So you deal up to the rightmost point, and the section you should consider from the leftmost point. Please subscribe the channel for more videos. Press the bell icon for notification. Comment for questions in the comment section. Thank you.